Hello again, it's Erin Brindley. I'm the chef at Nordo. We are still in my kitchen, messing around with some fun things this time. I want to first thank some people who are continuing to donate to cafenordo.com to make sure that we are able to open our doors once the COVID crisis is at least abated enough that we can all go back to enjoying a beautiful meal together. Meanwhile, yes, let me give some thank yous to Stacy Kentop and Corey Gooch, Corey W. Johnson, Bucky Farker, thank you so much, Michael Drager, Nick Payne, BJ Last, and last but not least, wonderful Andy Bufflin. You are a doll, a prince among men. Thank you all so much. And today we're doing a little retrospective of a favorite technique of mine. So we're gonna oil poach some salmon. I get my salmon from Wilson Fish. They are the best. They line catch all their king salmon out right off and we're getting it like 3 days after they pull it out of the water. It's insanely, preternaturally fresh, I believe one of our critics called it one time. The reason we do an oil poach is because water and oil don't mix. So when you heat something in oil, it retains all of its moisture, right? Because none of the moisture leaches out. It all sticks right back in there. So this is a coconut oil that I've got here. I just love coconut oil because it's lovely and aromatic and it brings a totally different flavor. Olive oil works just fine. And butter. You can butter poach fish too. I will tell you, this is not a cheap technique. This technique is like special occasion times because it's really expensive to get enough oil into these pans to submerge our fish, which is what we're gonna do. But first, before we do that, we're gonna put some aromatics in a little sachet. So I have ginger. Again, with this coconut oil thing, we're going with kind of a tropical kind of almost Thai kind of thing without the spice. Anyway, ginger, garlic, cilantro, lemongrass, lime leaves, and some coriander seeds. So that's all in this sachet, and I'm gonna put it in there. It might sizzle a little bit because I turned it on a little bit before. Nope, okay, good. And then I'm gonna turn this on to medium low, which is like a 2.8 on mine. And then I'm just gonna leave that there for like 15 minutes. You'll notice I pulled my salmon out. I did take all the bones out of there. So salmon is coming up to room temperature. Here's a secret. When you're cooking meat, if you bring it up to room temperature, especially if you want a medium rare meat, like a fresh steak or even like a pork chop, bring it up to room temperature before you start cooking it, because that way you'll get that sizzle on the outside in time and the inside will stay undercooked. If it's room temperature, then it doesn't have so far to go. Does that make sense? So the inside can stay medium rare and the outside can get cooked. I've got my coconut oil, I've got my little sachet of yummy aromatics. I'm gonna let that hang out for 15 minutes while this is getting up to room temperature. I did salt that already and I did already take all the little pin bones out. So that's where we are. Oh, also I'm gonna do this so they don't sizzle so much before I put them in. I'm gonna put these limes all over the bottom too, both because they're gonna be so flavorful and also they will keep our salmon off the bottom of the pan. Tricks of the trade. So there we go. So yeah, we'll give that like 15 minutes and so that'll come up to temperature and get all those yummy flavors will get all mixed in there, and we'll see you in then. Okay. Hi there. So we've made sure that we didn't get too sizzly on there. We don't want to deep fry. This cat is biting my foot. Get out of here, you! We don't want to deep fry our salmon. So if it starts sizzling and your lime starts going coo 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 coo, that means it's too hot. Regardless, when you're ready to drop the salmon in, you want to take it off the heat because you don't want it to sit on the heat. You actually want it to just hang out in that heat, and it's going to lower, and the heat's going to lower, and the salmon's going to cook perfectly. So we're just going to go ahead and drop these guys in. So we're back at that hot tub off, like bloop bloop right now. And I'm just gonna lay that salmon right on those limes. And hopefully, once we get them both in there, it'll be enough. Looks like I don't have quite enough coconut oil in there. essentially, I'm gonna leave it in here for a few minutes until I see the albumin. So if you watched the poached egg video, you heard me talking about the white. So that is the albumin, which are proteins, and all, you know, meats have it, including baby chicken egg meats. And that is something that is clear until it's cooked and then it turns white. So I'm already seeing that albumin start to turn white on the parts that are in the oil. So I'm just gonna flip it. See, I want you to be able to see this. See, it's not so hot that I can't kind of put my tough fingers in there. Those little white dots right there, that's the albumin. That's how you know that's cooked. So if I had put enough oil in here to begin with and it was submerged, it would be done. But I want to get that upper part done because it was kind of hanging out above. And really, once it's in there, I like my fish medium rare, rare to medium rare, especially if you have good quality fish. That's the best way to enjoy it. So my feeling is once the albumin's done and out, we are, oh, not quite, good to go. So really like 4 or 5 minutes in this oil, and it'll get cooked beautifully. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so it's been like 5 minutes in that oil. We're gonna take it out now. And here I just have black rice, just to make it extra fancy. This is how I served it in our show, Hotel Nordo, only the salmon was actually kind of tucked in this little cake thing. But there we go, we're just gonna put it right on top of there. Oh, that's kind of a tower, isn't it? Maybe jauntily this way. Anyway, and maybe just a couple little cilantro leaves on top. Plating. It's a very big piece of salmon for this square of rice. But anyway, black rice, oil poached salmon, and I'm just gonna cut into it so you can see how succulent and gorgeous it is on the inside. So you see? So that's like a perfect medium rare. And if you wonder where you are, you can always put a thermometer in there. Like I always say, just go ahead and use a thermometer. Medium rare for fish is like 115. So I'm just gonna give this a try and see how that looks. It looks like it's almost not cooked, but it's like perfect. Oh. The aromatics just make that so, so good. And you really taste the salmon. Give this a try, but only on your fanciest occasion, okay? See you soon. Thank you so much. You made it! Thank you so much for watching. I'm here to tell you a little bit about Nordo. We are a nonprofit arts organization based in Seattle, Washington, dedicated to bringing you an intimate theatrical experience that weaves in imaginative cuisine and live original music. If you're watching during the COVID-19 crisis and you want to make sure our doors are open when all this is over so you can come and experience one of our incredible events, please consider donating. You can find more information and a link to donate at cafenordo.com. Stay in, stay well, and stay inspired. Thank you.